Hey guys, welcome back to Awakening by Truth. A topic I wanted to dive into today is just talking about like comparing yourself to others. I feel like in this world and like today's day and age, we definitely tend to do that a lot. Like we're always, especially like with social media being so huge, like we're looking at all these other people and comparing our life to theirs. Like we're seeing all these posts and we're like, oh, why can't I live like that? Why can't I do that? But like another thing we need to remember as well, everybody's always posting the happy things on social media. All of us do it, but we all go through struggles and stuff. So just because it may look like that person's life is like perfect and wonderful doesn't mean it is. Like life is not always, rainbows and butterflies like I would like it to be, but we all go through struggles. We all go through hardships, and nobody's perfect in this life. As much as we like strive to be perfect and think we have to be, we don't. And I just feel like comparing our lives to others, it brings down your self-esteem so much and your confidence, especially if you already have none. Like I remember being a kid just having the most lowest self-esteem, and because I was heavy, and I always compared myself to other like pretty skinny girls, and I'm like, why can't I be them? Why can't I be like them? I was constantly comparing myself to others. I wanted to be a whole nother person. I didn't want to be me. I didn't want to be in this big body. I wanted so deeply to just be somebody else. And it's not a healthy way to go about life. Now I'm striving hard to lose weight. I do still struggle with food. I'm great with exercise and going to the trainer, but I definitely have an unhealthy relationship with food and like overeating, especially when I'm stressed. And I'm just trying to work on it. But I'm still like loving the skin and the body I'm in. I don't fully love myself yet, but I'm working on getting there. I'm trying to give more patience and love and kindness to myself, and just know that like I am a great person who I am inside. I don't need or want to be anybody else any longer. And I think we all do it sometimes with like comparing. It could be so much more than just like comparing ourselves to others, but it could be comparing other people to others. Like, oh, you're like this person. We are all uniquely made. We are all our own person. Nobody is one and the same. And it's just not nice to compare. It's not. And it's just like I'm trying to like think of what I want to say and like put it into the right frame of words, but it's just not healthy for our brains to do that. And I think like too, another reason I had such low self-esteem as a kid is because that was when social media really first started popping around. When I got into what was it, middle school? I don't know, might have been middle school, might have been a little sooner, but social media started coming around, and like you would just see online like all these pretty skinny beautiful models, and I think the world portrayed us that we had to look a certain way, like you have to look like that and be perfect, like a model, or you're nothing. Like that's at least how it felt. And that started at an early age for me. And yeah, it's just be happy in your own skin, love yourself, be confident in who you are and what you bring to the table, and just know that we all have flaws. Every single person in this world, whether they admit it or not, has some kind of flaw. And God made us all different shapes, colors, and sizes, for a reason. So we just have to remember that, and like remember the grass isn't always greener on the other side. It is not always greener on the other side, even though it may look like it is. Everybody has their own internal struggles they go through. Not everybody always shares that, especially on social media. Like I said, we all like to make things look perfect and wonderful, and it's just not healthy to, go down the line of scrolling on social media wishing for a whole new life instead of enjoying the life that you're living right now. You know, life is too short not to enjoy it. You know, we only have one life to live, and let's enjoy it while we're here. Let's enjoy the time here. You know, rather than just sit there and stare and wish we had a whole other life and look at another person's life and think, oh, if only I was living that life. Because then one day your life's going to go by, you're going to get to your dying bed and realize like, wow, I didn't accomplish everything I wanted to accomplish in life, my goals, my dreams. I was too busy just looking at everybody else's life and what they had going on and wishing, you know, I had their life. You know, that's such a waste of life to do that. You know, let's enjoy this life and the time that we have here. So I strongly recommend, you know, doing our best not to compare ourselves to anybody at all. And I struggle with this too sometimes. I very much struggle because not even like with myself or with other people's lives, but even just like with relationships, like you see friends, you know, you see somebody get treated some sort of way and you want that too, and then you're, say, throwing that in your partner's face or whoever it is, you know, a loved one, your partner, you're just throwing it in their face. Well, so-and-so does this and you don't do this. So then it's just like you're comparing them like, oh, basically I wish you were more like this person. And we can't change anybody. Like only God can change people, and we should never want to force change on somebody. You know, it's not right. It's not right to compare. You know, that would hurt somebody's feelings. Like I said, we all have different interests and hobbies, and we're all made differently. And, you know, you can't just change somebody or mold them into what you want them to be. Especially if that's not something they don't enjoy doing. Just because you enjoy it, you know, opposites attract doesn't mean they have to, and you shouldn't force that on them, you know? So just the comparison, you know, we just need to try our best to stop doing that. And like I said, love and enjoy the skin we're in. And yeah, when your brain starts to do that thing and you start thinking and comparing, and shut it down right away. Nope, not gonna do it. Love myself, love my life, don't need to be anybody else. Don't need to be anywhere else, doing anything else. I am on my life journey. Because trust me, my brain tries to do it all the time. Like I'll be looking at something like, oh, wish I had her life. You know, she gets to travel all the time. She has money, you know, like stuff like that, like will envy. And it's not healthy. And this is exactly why social media is not healthy. And then I have to tell my brain, nope, be grateful for all that you do have. You might not have everything that he or she has, but you have enough, you have a lot. So be grateful for all that you have in this life. That's what I have to remind myself when I start to like see another person's life and wish I had everything that they had. I really have to remember like all that I do have though to be grateful for. So yeah, just little tips. But anyway, this is, you know, going to be a little short episode. I've got quite a few other things I have to do before bed, but just really felt, you know, called to share that message. So stop comparing.